one of your biggest pet peeves. One of my biggest pet peeves is when people bother me or like not, okay, not bother me, but when people choose to be stingy or like money over something that is genuinely right, or like basically being petty about money, petty about savings, being overly frugal is my biggest pet peeve. Now, it depends on what the reason is for, but if it's perpetual, it bothers me. And if it's genuinely needed, there's a lot of other things I could say about that. But most of the time, if you're just, yeah. And I could broaden that and say, I guess when somebody is trying to force their goal upon you.
My biggest pet peeve is when I'm sitting down using some technology and someone is over my shoulder. Whether I'm on my phone or on the computer, just something about like feeling that presence right behind my shoulder and that silent observation of whatever it is that I'm doing. Just, I don't know what it is. It just makes me angry. I'm like, hey, can you please can you please not be there right now? That's something that really bothers me. Most people seem to understand, but growing up in a house with 6 people in it and like maybe a total of 5 rooms, and only one computer, you can probably imagine where that pet peeve came from.
What's one of my biggest pet peeves? There's certain sayings that I get annoyed with, like when people say, well, honestly, or to tell you the truth. I'm kind of like, well, shouldn't you be being honest the whole time, or why you got to specify right now? I don't like when people say, it's bittersweet. I like roll my eyes when I hear people say that. What else? So I think there's one more. This is a game changer. Like, oh no, those are just my pet peeves. I'm weird.
What is one of your biggest pet peeves? Oh gosh, I have several. One that came up recently, I was going off about bagels. I guess it's not a pet peeve. It's just something I don't like. I don't like bagels. I live in New York. Bagels are like such a thing. I don't like them. It's just like thick bread, and I love bread, but I'm not a fan of bagels. And when I used to work corporate jobs, it was like we would have these bagel days. It was like every Tuesday or something. They would bring in bagels, and it was like, this is what we do instead of giving you guys raises or not piling too much work on you or treating you well. We have Bagel Tuesdays. So I guess one of my pet peeves would be that type of corporate action, but it just comes out as hatred for bagels.